Okay, class, who is ready to create and then scale a $5 product? If that's you, I've done this many, many, many times. I'm about ready to show you proof, and I'm going to show you exactly what to do, assuming you know nothing, you have no idea what you're doing. First, what I want to do is show you proof that I know what I'm talking about and that you can trust me. So I'm going to show you a couple of different things. Let me turn off the iPad here. So first thing I'm going to show you is this is my Sam Cart dashboard. This is where I take a lot of the money. So today is April 6th. As of the day of filming this, you can see here so far for the year. So really in the first quarter, I've done almost $2 million in sales in the first quarter, which puts me on track for almost 8 million for the year, but I always make the least in the first quarter. So I think I'm very close to being on track for $10 million a year. And then I also take money now via my website, which is new as of a couple days ago, literally like 3 days ago, 6 days ago. And we've collected, this is gross sales 100,000, but we did a 50% off campaign. So we collected actually around 50,000 from the website in the last couple of days. So, I mean, it's basically about 2 million-ish, slightly under 2 million in the first couple of months of the year. And then more importantly, I've also taught a ton of students how to do this. I just recently put together this case studies of some of my students in all different kinds of industries, making their first couple of dollars online selling a really inexpensive product. So our goal is going to be first to take this $5 product and to scale it up to $1,000 a month. That's going to be our first goal. And then you obviously can go from there, but I want you to take a $5 product, scale it up to $1,000 a month so that you can teach yourself, so you can really believe in yourself, this is possible and I can actually do this. Because I think that's a really big thing that keeps a lot of people stuck is like, I don't even believe this is possible for me. This doesn't even sound realistic. This doesn't even sound doable. And that's what I want to sort out and solve for you guys. So first things first, let's just get right into it. When you have a $5 product, what I really like about it is that it takes all the pressure off. It's $5. So anything you create, if it's even, most people don't know how to make a good product, but even if you make an okay product, it's only $5. So for $5, it's going to be really great, if that makes sense. So there's no pressure on a product that's $5 because it's $5. I see a lot of brand new people get taught high ticket coaching stuff, high ticket delivery stuff, and they're expected to sell $6,000, $7,000, $10,000 packages right out of the gate when they have no business experience. They have no marketing experience. They don't know how to create an offer. They don't like $5 is a really great place to start. And so when we are finished with this $5 product, it is going to be a very good product. That's what I wrote down here. It's going to be a steal of a product. And that's the point. We can raise the price after we get a few sales. You can always raise the price on your digital products. You can always raise the price on everything. But our goal is just to make a $5 product. And what that does is immediately remove most of the pressure because it's $5. It's not 50, it's not even $50. It's $5. And it's going to be an incredible $5 product when I'm done with you. So that's the first thing, is that just knowing that, okay, this is a $5 product. A, I can always raise the price later, but B, it's gonna be an incredible product and all the pressure is taken off because it's $5. Who cares? There's no pressure here. Second thing, for a $5 product, you're gonna create a PDF bundle. If we go back, I'm not gonna pull it up again, but I will put it in the description. Those case studies of my students, a lot of them don't want to show their face. A lot of them are camera shy. A lot of them have a lot going on. And so PDF bundles made more sense for them to create than a course. And for $5, I love the idea of a PDF bundle. I mean, and this is what I wrote here in my notes as well, you can obviously do whatever feels easier. So if creating a course literally feels easier than putting together a PDF bundle, if you're like, you know what, no, I can just sit down for an hour and record 20 videos and be done in an hour or two, and that feels way easier for me, then do that. For most people watching this video, a $5 PDF bundle feels a lot easier to create than a course. The goal is what is going to be able to be done and created in good quality by you the fastest, because I don't want you stuck in procrastination. I don't want you stuck in overwhelm. I don't want you to stuck in analysis paralysis. I want you just to launch the damn thing. And so whichever one is going to be faster, for most people, that is going to be lower effort. The other thing that I'm going to say as a side note here is let's see here. Can I do this? I want it to be about 100 plus pages. I am going to explain a little bit more about what that's going to look like, but it's going to be around 100 pages. Not a hard rule, by the way. That's what I'm reading in my notes. I wrote not a hard rule. Why I give a page number is because I will not have you creating a $5 or a 5-page product and try to sell it for $5 because people are getting better freebies than that. I want you to create something remarkable for $5. I'm going to go in the next steps. I'm going to kind of go into what that looks like, and how to make it look really good. But I do not want you to be creating something that's like 25 pages and call it a day. If it's going to be straight written text, then it needs to be 100 pages or more, like a really good guide, a really in-depth, really thorough thing. Or, and this is what I would recommend most of all, some kind of spreadsheets or templates. And I'm going to show you a ChatGPT prompt to come up with ideas. That's going to feel really valuable. So some kind of like, you put in the data, it spits something out, or a tracker sheet. Or I saw on YouTube Shorts, I don't really even watch YouTube Shorts, but I saw this lady who runs Airbnbs, and she made printables that label everything in an Airbnb. So labels for forks, labels for laundry detergent, labels for like getting in and out of the house, labels for where the towels are, like labeling everything in her Airbnb. And she sold those printables. That's a really good example of what we're talking about. It's a PDF bundle that makes people's lives easier. So I'm going to pull up ChatGPT, and I want to show you the prompt I would use if you're struggling to think about like, okay, how do I create spreadsheets or templates for my industry and for what I want to talk about? So I'm going to pull up ChatGPT, and I'm going to show you the prompt I would use. Okay, so going to ChatGPT here. Let me go into full screen mode here. This is basically what I would put in. I would be like, let's just pretend I'm a relationship coach. I'm a relationship coach, and I help people get more dates. Something like that, right? Just what you are. Then what you're going to say is, I want to make a very valuable PDF bundle that includes spreadsheets and templates, something that makes people who are actively trying to date lives a little easier. I would say like printables are good options. And then I would say something like, I'm charging $5 currently for this bundle, but I want it to feel, oh my gosh, I can't, value packed. So let's just see. I guess I forgot to ask for the ideas in this prompt, but what I would have said is ideas, and I think it'll get what we want. Oh, I hope it doesn't. It just updated the memory and said I'm a relationship coach, so now my ChatGPT is going to be screwed. Section 1, dating tool plannings. 50 top 50 low effort, high impact date ideas, printable, easy, affordable, seasonal date idea generator spreadsheet, filterable by weather, mood. This would be so cool. Vibe, first date checklist, emergency backup plan sheet. That's so cute. Dating confidence spreadsheet, track moods, outfits, compliments, and post-date feelings, spot patterns. Love that. So again, like this is just going to continue to like dating dashboard, track who they're talking to, how they met, date history, impressions, deal breakers, and follow-up reminders. Dating app profile audit worksheet. All of these are such cool ideas. So you can pick like 3 or 4. Your bundle should have like 3 or 4 of these. And again, like you could put in your own industry. I'm just going to add this really quick. By the way, I am not a relationship coach. I was doing an example prompt. Please update your memory. Thank you. Okay, so so that's basically the step 2 is you're going to come up with a PDF bundle, and it will do really well if it's tools like this. I mean, again, if you did 3 or 4 of these for $5, you see what I'm saying. It would be insane. And you should be sitting here right now as you're watching this feeling like, that's insane. That's too cheap. Like that's how you should feel. You should be freaking out because it's like too valuable. That's like the goal, my sweet baby. Okay, here's step 3, the mock-ups. These are critical. This is what most people get wrong. Your mock-ups will make or break your digital product because you don't have photos, right? You're just giving them like a PDF, or you're just giving them a spreadsheet. And so the mock-ups make or break a digital product. It's how people see the product before they buy. And that is like a basic requirement for sales. And so I see people mess up the mockups over and over and over again. And the only way I know you're messing up the mockups is because we have done hundreds of tests, right? I launch digital products every month. And so we've done hundreds and hundreds of tests. We've run ads, we spent over $2 million on ads running to different products. And so we know what mockups do better than others. And so in the description, I'm going to link to the best mockups, the best, and by the way, in case you don't know, I'm going to share my screen in a second because I want to show you what the final product should look like. It's not just one mockup, it's a bundle of mockups. If you know my products, you'll know that that's how I do it. It's super intentional. It's to visually demonstrate the value of the product you're providing. So this is going to be what the final product looks like. I'm going to share my screen. Final product. So don't skip the mockups. Look at the description down below to learn. You can go on Canva and get your own mockups if you want to. The advantage of checking out the thing in the description and using mine is that I've run a ton of tests. So the mockups you might be trying in Canva, I've already tested and I know they flopped. So that's why I'm going to share that with you in the description because I want you to save some steps. Okay, so let me show you what the final product should look like here. This is what your final mockup, final bundle really should look like. So let me see if I can find this. I'm going to pull this up here. Then I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so your final mockup it's going to pull it up here. It should look something like this. So I'll show you what it shouldn't look like. That's not valuable enough. This is a whole bundle, or honestly, if you just even go to my website, you can kind of look at any one of the products I have on my website. Brand new website, by the way. You see how these are big bundles. We've tested all this one, for example. We've tested all of these. These do really well. And so your bundle should look like this. It should look, if we go back here, any one of these are fine. This is a really good one. It should look like a lot. Now, obviously, if it's a PDF bundle, you might not want to include a laptop, but honestly, you can if the PDF is in here or one of the spreadsheets is in here. If we go to, this is one of my favorite products. Let's see, it's on the second page, I think. I want to show you how we did this one. This is a tool. So this is a spreadsheet tool. It's called the Business Coach on Demand tool. And you put in your goals and you put in how much money you want to make. And the spreadsheet calculates some stuff. My sister built it. I basically gave her the data she needed. She built the spreadsheet. So I don't exactly know how it works, but then it will spit out exactly what you need to do to get to the next level. So say you're making $1,000 a month and you want to go to $5,000 a month. You put that in this Business Coach on Demand tool and it'll spit out exactly what you need to do to get from $1,000 to $5,000 a month. So it's very cool. But this mockup is almost all, and this is a website mockup. We have an even bigger one for the main checkout page. But it's all computers. And so my point in saying that is even if it's a PDF bundle, even if it's not a course, you can still put it on a computer is my point in saying that. So your end result should look something like this. I like the papers in there with different pages. I think that looks really good. This is also a cool way to do it. But I'll tell you what, pro tip again with my mockup experience here, if you share too much of the PDF stuff, the actual interior of the PDF, people won't buy it. I don't know why. You'd think they would want to preview what they're getting, but the conversion rates went down when we did mockups like this versus ones that just showed a few pages or even just the cover did better. So just kind of keeping that in mind. And again, that's one of the things you learn when you're oh, this is so great. They can see previews. They'll feel great buying it. And it just the conversion tanks. So what I want to do now is let's talk about how to actually scale this. Now that we've got our $5 product, what's the path to scale it? So I'm going to pull my iPad back up here. Turn this off. What is the path to scale a $5 offer? Well, as someone that's done this many times, there's two basic ways you can do this. So again, up until literally this month, I only did low ticket. So I used to do high ticket a long, long time ago. And then people have been badgering me to do high ticket for years and years. And I haven't for years. I built a multi-million-dollar business, basically almost $10 million business, all on low ticket. I did add a tiny, tiny, tiny small offer for 20 people. It's $5,000. It's my inner circle. But that's very small. So for all intents and purposes, everything that I've done is all low ticket, sub $300, very inexpensive products. It's a low ticket business model. That's my business. So And my point in sharing that is so that you feel comfortable knowing that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to scaling. So there's 2 ways you're going to scale this with a $5 thing. You can basically get traffic in 2 different ways. You can get traffic via ads, or you can get traffic via organic, meaning like regular content that you're not putting money behind. You're putting time behind it to grow it, basically. And I'm just going to put reels because that's what most of my students do. So organic reels. Of the 2, if you are wanting sales fast, which most people are, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can do organic, and the advantage is you really have control over the process. You can take your time. It's a little bit less pressure. It's just like a slower way to do it. But it works really well. And a lot of my students do organic. They don't run ads. If you want sales fast for something like this would sell super well. A bundle like this would sell insanely well via ads. Ads are faster. And the other thing that I'm like trying to make my life's mission to make people understand is that beginners should be running ads, and you can spend $5 a day. You do not have to spend like thousands and thousands of dollars to run ads. My students, we see it all the time in my coaching group where they'll share their wins. They'll start running a $5 campaign. They'll make a sale same day. 24 to 48 hours is when I would expect you to make a sale from ads. So 24 to 48 hours, you're going to get your first sale. So you take that $5 sale and you run another day of ads. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do to like add in upsells. And a lot of you guys who follow me know that's what we do. Like you would add in upsells, you can add in cross sells. I have a lot of videos on that. And so basically you start taking these $5 sales, turning them into $200, $300, $400. We just had a couple come through today where people buy the full stack. It's like $700 sales. That starts with an initial low ticket offer. And so I'm going to put some links below how to do that. My point in sharing this is to let you know that your ads are going to be faster than organic. Organic is going to feel less risk-free because people have a lot of like, I'm not ready to do ads yet, which frankly is a limiting belief. But if you need that space, if you want to do organic first, that's what I did. I get it. Like I get it. And I'm telling you that you don't have to wait. But if you want to wait, then do organic reels. Ads are great for morale. You launch it, you click the campaign. Rose, in her course, she shows you how to do all of it. So she'll show you like set your campaign up exactly how to she'll be like, click this button, then put this word in, then switch this setting on. Like she like step-by-step walks you through how to set up a campaign for something like this. And so what happens is our students will do that. They'll turn their campaign on, and in 24 to 48 hours, they're posting in our group about making the first sale. That's great for morale. Versus organic, it's great, but it takes longer. You're not going to get a sale in the first 24 to 48 hours. The advantage is you're not paying anything for those sales. So every sale is free. That's the advantage of organic, is that your profit margins are higher, which is why I do both. I do ads, scale those things up. We're trying to get to $10,000 a day. Last month, we spent $180,000 on ads. So it's nuts. But then that's our profit margins are a lot less on that. With organic, we pulled in a ton of money, and that's all profit because I don't have my only cost is my time to make the reels. So that's the pros and cons of both. You can do either to scale. The important thing is at the end of the day, this thing scales with traffic. So you need to get eyeballs on that checkout page. You need to get eyeballs looking at your product. And then the last thing I'll say is, in general, unless you, like my conversion rate is 6%. That's a little high. In general, expect 1 to 2 sales for every 100 visitors. So don't think you're doing something wrong if you get 100 people to come to the page and you get 1 or 2 sales. If you get 1,000 people to the page and you don't get any sales, then something's wrong. But if you get, in general, marketers who are good will tell you, okay, in general, especially at volume, when you have thousands and thousands of people visiting the page, a 1 to 2% conversion rate is what you should expect. So there's a couple resources for you in the description. I want you to check all of those out. That's going to help you. Let me know what you guys think. I'm excited.